Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Yashodanandana Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astotara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astotara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki Jai. Ganga Maya ki Jai. Yamuna Maya ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Tulsi Maharani ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So today we continuing to read from the Sri Caitanya caritamrta Adi Lila, chapter 2, entitled Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We're going to begin from text 6 and read up to text 9, which has a purport. So please repeat. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Caitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 2, text 6. So for text 6, 7 and 8, I'll just read the Bengali and translation, and then text 9 we can do responsively. Brahma Atma Bhagavan Anuvadatina Anga Prabha Amsha Swarupatina Videhachina. Impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma, and the personality of Godhead are three subjects, and the glowing effulgence, the partial manifestation, and the original form are their three respective predicates. Text 7. Anuvade age pachavideya stapana. Let me start again. Anuvade age pachavideya stapana. Se artha kahi shuna shastra vivarana. A predicate always follows its subject. Now I shall explain the meaning of this verse according to the revealed scriptures. Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Vishnu Paratatva Purna Jnana Purnananda Paramam Mahatva. Krishna, the original form of the personality of Godhead, is the summum bonum of the all-pervading Vishnu. He is all perfect knowledge and all perfect bliss. He is the supreme transcendence. And then we can do text 9 responsively. Nanda Sutta Bali Yanre Bhagavate Gai, say, Krishna, Avartirna, Chaitanya Gosani, Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartina Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Mataji. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta Bali Yandre Bhagavate Gai. Say Krishna Avartirna Chaitanya Gosani. Nanda Sutta, the son of Nanda Maharaj, Bali as Yandre, who Bhagavate in Srimad Bhagavatam. Gai is sung. Say that Krishna, Lord Krishna, Avartirna, descended. Chaitanya Gosani, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. He whom Srimad Bhagavatam describes as the son of Nanda Maharaj has descended to earth as Lord Chaitanya. You can say it, maybe. He whom Srimad Bhagavatam describes as the son of Nanda Maharaj has descended to earth as Lord Chaitanya. Purport. According to the rules of rhetorical arrangement for efficient composition in literature, a subject should be mentioned before its predicate. The Vedic literature frequently mentions Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, and therefore these three terms are widely known as the subjects of transcendental understanding. But it is not widely known that what is approached as the impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental body. Nor is it widely known that the Supersoul or Paramatma is only a partial representation of Lord Chaitanya, who is identical with Bhagavan himself. Therefore, the descriptions of Brahman as the effulgence of Lord Chaitanya, the Paramatma as his partial representation, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, as identical with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, must be verified by evidence from authoritative Vedic literatures. The author wants to establish first that the essence of the Vedas is the Vishnu Tattva, the absolute truth, Vishnu, the all-pervading Godhead. The Vishnu Tattva has different categories, of which the highest is Lord Krishna, the ultimate Vishnu Tattva, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita and throughout the Vedic literature. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is described as Nanda Suta, the son of King Nanda. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Nanda Suta has again appeared as Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he bases this statement on his understandings that the Vedic literature concludes there is no difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This the author will prove. If it is thus proved that Sri Krishna is the original of all tattvas or truths, namely Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan, and that there is no difference between Sri Krishna and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it will not be difficult to understand that Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is also the same origin of all tattvas. The same absolute truth, as he is revealed to students of different realizations, is called Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Krishna, he whom Srimad Bhagavatam describes as the son of Nanda Maharaj, has descended to earth as Lord Chaitanya. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmuletam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Caitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhishcha Kripa Shindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he's described as Adbhuta Karunya, Adbhuta Vadanya, Adbhuta Audarya Vigraha. He is the most wonderfully munificent, the most wonderfully merciful, and the most wonderfully magnanimous personality. So the verse is saying that, and Prabhupada is saying in his purport, that there is no difference between Krishna and Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? You all agree? Yes? But there is a difference. So no difference in Krishna Lila and Gaura Lila. There's no difference also. Just like we see that picture there, that painting there. Krishna Lila on top and below Gaura Lila. There's no difference. But there is a difference. Right? Is that in Krishna Lila, Radha and Krishna come in two bodies. But in Gaura Lila, Radha and Krishna come in one body. That's the only difference. Right? It's described that Sri Caitanya caritamrta and Gaura Lila is an ocean of nectar, amrita. Amrita Sindhu, it's described. And just one drop of this ocean of nectar can inundate the entire universe with love of God, love of Krishna. And Mahaprabhu, he is known as Prema Purushottama. Krishna is known as Lila Purushottama. And like that, Lord Ram is known as Maryada Purushottama. So, Why is Mahaprabhu known as Prema Purushottama? Yes, because he gives Krishna Prem indiscriminately. He does not discriminate. Oh, you deserve it? She doesn't deserve it? He does not think like that. He just gives freely, indiscriminately. So, this is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as, why Krishna comes as Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Krishna came 5,000 years ago, towards the end of Dwapar Yuga, and he manifested his leelas. And in Kurukshetra Leela, he is known as Parthasarati, the charioteer of Arjuna. And during this Kurukshetra war, or just before the war can take place, Krishna instructs Arjuna, the Bhagavad Gita, right? And why he instructs to Arjuna this confidential knowledge? Actually, the confidential knowledge, the most confidential knowledge, the confidential knowledge, more confidential knowledge, and the most confidential knowledge. He imparts to to Arjuna, because Arjuna, he says, is his very dear friend, very intimate associate, right? And he imparts this knowledge, most confidential instructions, through Arjuna for all of mankind. Now, what is that most confidential knowledge? We all know it. Right? Towards the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Sarva dharmam parityagya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarve papebhyo mokshayishyami masuchaha. Abandon all varieties of dharma and just surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all your sinful reactions. Do not fear. Do not worry. Have no fear. And then he also instructs another verse, very important, most confidential verse. Anybody knows? He says it 2 times in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Manmana bhavan mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi satyam te pratijana priyosisme. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. That is a very, very confidential instructions, very intimate instructions he's imparting to Arjuna. But for the all of mankind, through Arjuna. Now, man manab, always think of me, Krishna is saying. But how is this possible? We are devotees. I'm a devotee. I'm practicing for some years now, quite a few years. But I'm not thinking of Krishna all the time. Who here is thinking of Krishna all the time, 24/7? Who can say? Very difficult, right? So Krishna is giving these instructions, and Mahaprabhu, he's also giving indication of what it is to be on that level of always of manmana bhav mad bhakto, always thinking of Krishna. Because Mahaprabhu, he gives the verse in Shikshashtakam that nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagat isha kamaye mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhakti rahoitiki tvahi. Right? O Lord of the universe, I do not desire material wealth. I do not desire a materialistic following, a beautiful wife, or fruitive activities described in flowery language. What? All I want, life after life, is unmotivated devotional service to you. So this stage is very difficult to attain because we all have so much of desires, right? But Mahaprabhu, he's giving that we have to come to this stage. That's why he speaks this verse. And this is Sharanagati. Not desiring anything for yourself, but life after life, unmotivated devotional service to Krishna. So this is based on pure love. And actually without pure love, there is no complete surrender. There is no sharanagati. Right? It's either artificial or conditional or partial surrender. It's not true surrender, not complete surrender. So, but Krishna is speaking these verses, and Mahaprabhu is speaking this Nadhanam Najanam verse. So, how are we supposed to know how to get to that stage? Who's the example? So, who is the example of this stage? Pure love of Godhead, pure love for Krishna. The gopis. Yes, the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani. Right? Krishna, he says theoretically in Gita, Sarva Dharma Parityaga, Man Mana Bhav Mad Bhakto. So who is the example? The gopis of Raja. And day and night the gopis of Raja, 24/7, they're thinking of Krishna. Because they have developed pure love for Krishna. So if we ask ourselves, do we have pure love for Krishna? Well, for myself, the answer is definitely no. So how can we get pure love for Krishna if we're still on this, bodily, materialistic platform, you can say? That 24 hours always thinking of Krishna. Now, Krishna, he reciprocates accordingly. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. And since the gopis are thinking of Krishna, Manmana, always thinking of Krishna, 24/7, day and night, Krishna is reciprocating accordingly. This is pure love, because he is always thinking of them, day and night. Always, 24/7. And in one lila, he is lila Purushottam, and so in one lila, he tests who has pure love for him. So in the Mathura Leelas and Dwaraka Leela, so Krishna, he marries 16,000 wives. He marries these queens, 16,000 of them. And so he wanted a test. So he manifested, manifests this Leela, the pastime, the fever pastime. You all know it? Krishna gets a fever, or sometimes they say he has a headache. Right? And so Narada Muni was there. And Narada Muni comes to Krishna, and he sees Krishna, all ill, has this fever, headache, and he asks Krishna, what's wrong? What's going on? And Krishna says, headache, fever. Yeah. Narada Muni says, so what can I do? How can I help you? Should I get some medicine? No, Narada, this medicine cannot help this body. Your medicine cannot help this body. Okay, so what can I get to relieve your distress, Krishna? Only one thing can relieve the distress, or this fever, this pain in my head, is the dust from the feet of my devotees. So Narada Muni is thinking, I'm in Dwaraka, 16,000 wives here. So easy to get the dust from the feet of the devotees, of Krishna's devotees. And so Narada Muni says, okay, no problem, Krishna, I'll be back soon. And so he goes to the wives, Rukmini, Satyabhama, who else? Jambavati. Krishna has a fever, Krishna has a headache, he's ill. He needs the dust from your feet. Narada Muni, are you crazy? You're stupid. Krishna is our husband, our master. You want us to give him the dust from our feet so we can go to hell to suffer? No, Baba, you're not going to get anything from us. So Narada Muni goes back in this distressed state back to Krishna. And Krishna he's God. He knows everything. He knows what happened. So Narada Muni enters the room. Oh, Krishna says, "Oh, Narada Muni, you're looking very distressed. What happened?" And Narada Muni relates the story, what happened. He couldn't get any dust from the residents of Dwaraka. Krishna says, okay, Narada, you go to Vrajabhumi. Go try there. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki Jai. So go try there in Vrajabhumi. And Narada Muni, transcendental spaceman, he can travel anywhere. He soon ends up in Vrajabhumi, and then he goes to Radharani and the gopis. And he tells them, Krishna is ill. Oh, Krishna is ill? What can we do? What can we do? He wants the dust from your feet. So the gopis immediately, this became like a competition now. Okay, take the dust from my feet. No, take the dust from my feet. Take the dust, take. How many bags did you come with, Narada Muni? Take all the dust. And then Narada Muni understood, these gopis, they're not afraid to go to hell. They're not afraid to go to hell to suffer so that Krishna can be happy. Right? So Krishna exhibited this pastime to test who has pure love for him. That's one pastime. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the wives, the 16,000 wives of Krishna, they love Krishna. They serve him very nicely. But that love is not on the same level as the gopis. Actually, that love is mixed. It's mixed with jnana and aishwarya. It's not unalloyed love. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 46, text number 4, there's a very nice verse there which I'll read. It says, Taman manaska mat prana mat arte tyakta dhaihikaha mameva dayitam preshtam atmanam manasagataha ye tyakta loka dharmascha madarte tan bibharmi aham. And the translation is, the minds of those gopis are always absorbed in me, and their very lives are ever devoted to me. For my sake, they have abandoned everything related to their bodies, renouncing ordinary happiness in this life, as well as religious duties necessary for such happiness in the next life. I alone am their dearmost beloved, and indeed their very self. I personally sustain such devotees, who for my sake give up all worldly duties. It's a very nice verse, huh? And for us to come to this level is not easy. Very difficult. We can play it, act like we're on that level, but it's practically, it's practically impossible. But it is possible. So, this is the mood of the gopis, pure love for Krishna. And like I mentioned, these gopis, they're thinking of Krishna 24/7, and Krishna is thinking of them 24/7. Even when he's sleeping next to his wife, one of the queens of Dwaraka, he is saying in his sleep, Radhe, Radhe, Gopi, Gopi. And Rukmini, Satyabhama, they're saying, what? Who is this Gopi, Gopi? What Gopi, Gopi? We are here. Right, so this is Krishna. This is Bhakta Vatsalya. Right? So this is a very high level of love for Krishna, a very high level of prem. So that prem, that love is given by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna, he keeps it hidden, in that storehouse, in a very, very sophisticated safe, you can say. It's like, I was thinking, when I was very young, my grandparents, they traveled to other countries, and when one time they came back and they brought this doll. It was about this big, and it opened up in half, made of wood or bamboo, or something like that, made of wood, and handcrafted, very nice. And if you open it, there's another doll inside, little smaller, and you open it, there's another one, another, until it goes to a small that doll. What's it called? Yeah, the Russian doll. But they didn't go to Russia. I don't know where they got it from, which country. So that smallest doll is the most intricate to make. It's the most intricate to paint. Right? So that is the jewel. So Krishna, like that, he hid this Krishna Prem, this jewel, in chest upon chest upon chest upon chest, locked. Right? But when he comes as Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he breaks open that treasure house and he distributes that love of Godhead freely. Right? And Mahaprabhu, he gives this prema indiscriminately, and it's this love is even difficult for Lord Brahma to attain. And this prem it's so powerful that Krishna becomes bound by this prem also. So it's this love that we need, or we should strive for, to think of Krishna day and night, 24 hours a day. Because sometimes, even for myself, I can be standing in front of the altar looking at Sri Sri Radha Radhanath, but I'm not thinking of Sri Sri Radha Radhanath. And I catch myself, hey, we're standing in front of the Lord, but I'm not even thinking of the Lord. So that's our position, that's my position. Right? So this is man mana bhava, man bhakta. So Krishna, he said all these things theoretically, but who will demonstrate it? How to do it? Who will demonstrate it practically, how to do it? And then Krishna thinks, I will have to go there again to that earthly planet as a devotee, as a bhakta. Why as a bhakta? Why does he have to come as a devotee? Because you have to practice what you preach. So he has to come as a devotee, practice as a devotee, to teach us how to be a devotee. I can't sit here on the Vyasasan and say, hey, go out and distribute the holy name on the street if I am not doing it. If you're not doing it, don't say it. Sit here and say it. If you're not doing book distribution, don't sit and say it. Don't sit here and say it. So we have to practice what we preach. So therefore Krishna comes as a bhakta, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna, he comes once in a kalpa, right? Yeah. And he comes at the end of Dwapar Yuga. And then immediately after the Dwapar Yuga, we know that it's followed by, in that Kali Yuga, immediately after that Dwapar Yuga, that Kali Yuga is followed by Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So in the other yugas, the incarnations, the amshas come, not Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So amshas come. Incarnations come. And they give the yuga. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, but he's not that Supreme Personality of Godhead that comes. So that incarnation that comes for these other yugas, they give the yuga dharma, chanting the holy names of the Supreme Lord, of Krishna, but those incarnations cannot give Krishna prema. So therefore we are sitting here, we're very, very fortunate that in this Kali Yuga, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu comes, that Mahaprabhu who is non-different from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Absolute Truth. He'll only come again in another kalpa. I don't know how many millions of years that is. 8 or trillions of years. So we're very fortunate here that Mahaprabhu is giving us access to Krishna Prema. So, Abhinadvam Nama Namino. There's no difference between the name and There's no difference between Nama and Nami. No difference between Krishna and his name. But the latter is more merciful than the former. Right? The name is more merciful than Krishna. We understand these verses from scripture. Similarly, there is no difference between Krishna lila and Gaura lila. But Gaura lila is more merciful than Krishna lila. This is the difference, right? So Mahaprabhu, he came and he gives the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And when we take up this chanting seriously, when this chanting of the holy name of Krishna is done with full faith that the name is non-different from Krishna, and with devotion, without offenses, then we revive that love for Krishna within our hearts. And when we revive that love for Krishna within our hearts, then the eventual result is Nayanam Galad Ashrudharaya. You'll know this verse from Shikshastikam. Nayanam Galad Ashrudharaya Vadanam Ghad Gadarudhaya Gira Pulaket Nichitam Vapu Kada Tava Nama Grahane Bhavishyati. My dear Lord, when will my eyes be beautified by filling with tears that constantly glide down as I chant your holy name? When will my voice falter and all the hairs on my body stand erect in transcendental happiness as I chant your holy name? So that is the perfection of chanting. Mahaprabhu is giving this verse. And to get to this stage, we have to attain unalloyed love for Krishna, pure love for Krishna. So who can give that unalloyed pure love for Krishna? Only Krishna himself, yes. So only Krishna himself can give that love, no one else. And therefore, Mahaprabhu is coming and giving that same love. So we have to deduce that Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. Like that. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu has to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. There is no difference. Like that. So, I'll stop here. I think I spoke a lot. We can take some questions and comments. Anybody want to say something? No one. Prabhu, add something?
Yeah, you were describing the queens of Dwarka as opposed to the gopis of Vrindavan. And Prabhupada, in many of his purports, covered that. But in the 9th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, I think it's chapter 24, text 65, it's a very beautiful description of Lord Krishna. How his face, it's like when you see his face, it's like a festival.
Yeah.
A very beautiful description. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes of how he's talking about the residents of Vrindavan and specifically of the gopis and how much pain they feel, when they see Krishna just going barefoot and those pebbles are hurting his feet. A very beautiful description. So their love is the highest, that's the highest. But, and they go through many obstacles. That is Prabhupada is talking about, the obstacles. And the obstacles actually brings that ecstasy.
Yeah.
See, the gopis of Vrindavan, they're ecstatic. But it's brought about by the obstacles that they go through.
Yeah.
It's like when you go through pain, and when you're feeling pleasure, you feel more pleasure. But the queens of Dwaraka, they are like more graceful.
Hmm.
So that's why they like, like casual, they will just follow the rules. But that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's one of the differences. The other thing, there is a difference between, the Krishna lila and the Chaitanya lila, is that in Krishna lila, Krishna is not in control.
Mm.
So the cowherd girls and the cowherd boys, they are in control. But in the Chaitanya lila, Lord Chaitanya is in control. He's definitely in control, because if he wants to take sannyas, he took sannyas like that. Very much in control. So, so that's the difference in terms of the rasa.
Right.
And
the moods are different.
Huh?
The moods are different.
Moods, yeah. But Lord Chaitanya's Leela, you can get Krishna, as you say. You're pointing out
the painting.
Yeah. So by chanting Hare Krishna, we can actually experience that, get that pastimes of Radha Krishna pastime. If one is really purely chanting, you can definitely enter into it. And there's many other things, but some other people could speak. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. Pulvamanga Prabhu. Oh, okay. Now I wanted to pass the mic. Yeah, so you were saying that when they go through obstacles, they become more ecstatic. So even in our personal lives we can experience, like when we go through some tough times, and then when there's some good times, we relish it more, Yeah. Ranga Devi?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
We were speaking about Krishna reciprocating with the gopis, and we see that in Krishna book as well. He, for their love, he basically, the intensity of their love is like so immense that he cannot really reciprocate with it, and therefore he goes away from the pastime, and then they feel separation, and that separation is actually brings out more love from the gopis, so that they can experience and they can think of Krishna deeper, like this. So this is how Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. He just abandons them, and so sometimes in our lives also we may find that we're going through difficulty and Krishna is not there, and we want Krishna to be there, and we pray to Krishna intensely, and so in those difficult periods we are meant to actually cry out to Krishna, and to actually access his love and his and try to be more surrendered to the Lord, so that we can come closer to him. So when we in that situation, when we're in those situations, going through all those adversities, we should actually cry out to Krishna to bestow his mercy upon us, so like that. So, but we sometimes, because of our neophyte state, we actually don't do that, and we take it the wrong way, and we try to chastise Krishna and to rebuke him. So, and most devotees, they leave Krishna consciousness when they're going through those difficult periods. So we should try to understand the pastimes and understand how it relates to our lives, basically. Because we are struggling sadhakas, and how we can actually advance in Krishna consciousness, like that. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Troubles are not like Queen Kunti prayed, let the calamities come. Because when the calamities were coming, then they were thinking of Krishna, or Krishna was, always there. When we go through tough times, then we think of the Supreme Lord. And when, like they say, let the good times roll, but when the good times are rolling, we're not thinking of Krishna. So Krishna puts the devotees through tests. And you're speaking about the neophytes, when they go through such tests or distressful situations, then they tend to leave Krishna consciousness. Yeah, therefore we have to always strive to do not remain neophytes forever. And how to do that is that we have to associate with the advanced devotees. We have to take the chanting of Hare Krishna seriously, And also those neophytes, they need training, they need guidance, they need a mentor. Because if we're not trained, how will we know that, you're going through some problem, but this is how you deal with it? Yeah. So maybe we should look into that. When new people come, we should mentor them or something like that. Yeah. Is that okay? Anyone else? No? Okay, we'll stop here. Shri Granantaraj Sri Caitanya caritamrta ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol.